Hey everybody, we're Group 6. I am Brianna Schertz.
I am Juan Mena.
I'm Sunny Smith.
I'm Raven Cummins.
And we are going to compare and contrast a news article we found on the Harvard Business webpage called Working Knowledge with the actual research study made by Kathleen McGinn.
Enjoy.
Good morning, SUU. This just in. Preliminary results of a groundbreaking study by Harvard Business professor Kathleen McGinn revealed that daughters of working mothers perform better in their eventual careers than daughters who had stay-at-home moms. Now the full study has been released, and there's even more good news for children of working moms. They wind up just as happy in adulthood as children who had stay-at-home moms.
Also, the study found that daughters of employed mothers across 29 countries are 20% times more likely to be employed, are 30% more likely to be supervised, others, as well as have a higher annual earning and spend 44 additional minutes at work per week.
Whoa. Is spending more time at work and earning more money really the measure of true happiness? I think that information should be taken with a grain of salt.
Even if that does make these adults happy, does it mean they are happy in their childhood? Could it be that kids are simply happy when their parents are happy and fulfilled regardless of whether their mom is employed or not?
The article also states that only adult daughters, not sons, see their careers influenced by their mother's employment. However, these sons still may be influenced because they reported spending an additional 50 minutes a week taking care of family members. They also have significantly more egalitarian gender attitudes, even more so than daughters who had stay-at-home moms.
The article failed to mention that despite their egalitarian attitudes, the men in this study reported not spending any more time on housework, although they did spend more time caring for their children.
This study involved participants between the ages of 18 and 60 as well, who had employed mothers during their childhood. There are over 100,000 participants from 29 different countries. So there you have it, mamas. You no longer have to feel bad about going to work.
This sounds like a correlational study using the self-report method. I wonder if these adults are accurately or honestly remembering what it was like to be a kid with a working mom. Neither the article nor the research study distinguished if these mothers were working at home or outside the home, if they were working part-time or full-time, or if they started working when their kids were infants or school age. Couldn't these differences make an impact on the level of security and happiness in the child? I think there's more to this story.
Now, there were over 100,000 participants from 29 countries. Is it reasonable to think that these results are generalizable despite all the social, cultural, and economical differences? These differences could affect hours and flexibility, extended family situations, living situations, and childcare availability and affordability. It's worth looking into.
In the end, this article is making it seem like kids with working moms are better off than kids with stay-at-home moms, when really the results are not significant enough or clear enough to make one choice superior to another. Working moms shouldn't feel guilty or fear that their children are suffering, but rather should feel empowered to make the best choice for them and their approach to motherhood. On the other hand, stay-at-home moms should stop justifying their choice because it is better for the kids, but rather feel empowered to say that it is the better choice for them as mothers and for how they approach motherhood.
Yeah, all parents are doing the best that they can, and their kids are watching and learning how they handle what life gives them. This blame and guilt is ammunition for the mommy wars. This article means for me that we are running out of ammunition. Let's make peace.
Thanks for tuning in.
Peace.
We hope that you enjoyed our Good Morning SU skit. Now we're going to dive a little bit deeper into the news article and into what the research study actually said. So the article was posted on a webpage by Harvard Business School called Working Knowledge. It was written by Dina Girdman, and the title of the article was Kids of Working Moms Grow into Happy Adults. The article really focused on easing working moms' guilt by saying that children that grow up with working moms grow up to be happy or just as happy as children who had stay-at-home moms. And it even said that daughters who had employed mothers grow up to perform better in their eventual careers because they had working moms as role models. The article also stated that daughters of working moms are 20% more likely to be employed, 30% more likely to supervise others, spend an additional 44 minutes a week at work, and they have a higher annual salary than daughters who had stay-at-home moms. Now, when it comes to sons of working moms, their careers were not influenced by if their moms worked or not. However, they may still have been influenced because they reported spending an additional 50 minutes a week taking care of family members. They were also more likely to marry a working woman, and they had more egalitarian gender attitudes in the workplace and at home. Both sons and daughters of employed mothers had significantly more education than sons and daughters who had stay-at-home moms. And the employment rates of adult daughters are affected by their mother's employment, regardless of whether the moms held high-skilled jobs or low-skilled jobs. However, these daughters were only more likely to supervise others if their moms also had a high-skilled job. The influence of mothers' employment on their daughters' careers is less important if they have other working women around in their lives to serve as alternate role models. For sons, however, their own mother's employment is critical to how much they pitch in with their own children, even if they are raised around a lot of working women.
And the research backed all of that up with the one exception that it didn't focus on happiness. So we wanted to touch on that a little bit. I think what the article really should say is husbands who were raised by employed mothers and who also are married to employed wives are more helpful with childbearing, but not necessarily housework. And in terms of happiness, egalitarian attitudes, gender attitudes can improve happiness generally in the home. So there's that, but there was a quote in the article that I wanted to read, and it said that these findings add to a growing body of research, providing a counterpoint to persistent beliefs and rhetoric that employed women are negatively affecting their families and society. And we really feel as a group that the main issue here is the guilt that mothers are experiencing. And clearly the evidence shows that working mothers do not need to feel guilty in terms of their children's overall well-being, happiness, or anything else. But where do these beliefs and attitudes come from for the mothers themselves? So maybe another study should be done addressing where the belief that they should feel guilty or where this guilt feeling comes from. And maybe it's got a biological basis, or does it come from religious beliefs or societal beliefs? And this particular study was done over so many different countries and cultures that we don't know that they could get an accurate picture based on this particular research. So yes, the article and the research basically matched up, but addressing the idea of guilt and happiness is something that needs to be further explored. Bye.